I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of WorkHardAholics. I am Shirley Crawford, the owner of Second Chance Consulting and the executive director of the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Hello, happy shoppers at Willow Lawn. Sometimes they look back and wave, and yeah. Alrighty. If it's your first time being with us here on the WorkHardAholics, let me tell you, what exactly is a WorkHardaholic? Well, I'm glad you asked. A WorkHardaholic is someone who is always doing something. We're not your idly sit by in a rocking chair kind of people. We're about action and activity. We're about business and planning. We're about making things happen. That's what we do. For those of you who spent all of your life apologizing for who you are, stop it. You found your tribe. You can just be you without apology. For those of you who are passing by or voyeurs who want to see what a workaholic looks like, right here. Hi. Example number 1. We spend a few minutes together each week discussing some basic things, some time tool techniques that helps us to be more efficient, some information as far as literature, books, tools, and resources that we can utilize, ways we can work and play harder. Work hard, play harder. But for those of you who've been with us before, you know I love words. I love them so very much. So very much. So first things first, we're going to share the word for the day. I know it's really the word for the week. I know. I still say it, the word for the day. And today's word, this week's word, is penurious. Penurious. I really like the word. It doesn't have a cute meaning, though. It's not even a friendly meaning. It means like Scrooge, extremely poor. In my case, because I say in my case, when I am acting penuriously, I think of it more so in terms of being extremely frugal. The miserly part is in the eye of the lack of receiver of said funds. But that's just the gist of it. And for those of you who have worked with me hit the center, I'm always like, I have a friend, Kimberly, she always says, I'm not trying to pay. And yeah, I'm not trying to pay a lot. I'm looking for what is free, what is reasonable, what is economical. Now, that doesn't mean not knowing the value of something, but that just means if I can find the deal, I'll make the deal. Or I will do it myself. As you saw before from some of my other DIY projects, I will utilize my own skills or learn the skill so that someone else can't hold me hostage. I use that phrase a lot. I don't like to be held hostage. I don't like having a website and knowing that I have to go back to the website designer every single time I want to change a word and they're going to charge me $50 an hour. And no, that's why I know how to do websites. I don't like having to go to a graphic designer to say, oh, I know I said this date, but you all know things change in our lives and the date has changed. And they're going to once again charge me $50 just to go back and make that change. To me, that's being held hostage. And so, or to have someone say, well, I don't want to do it that way. And if that's the way you want it, then you have to deal with someone else and you have this long-standing relationship. The point of the matter is, I only want to depend on others to some extent. And so I know that I have all those basic skill sets or hands on someone who has the skill sets who will lend them to me in case of emergency. If that's you, gotta love you. All right, so in my case, when I'm thinking of penurious, someone else may say, oh my God, she's such a Scrooge. She won't let go of $1. But notice we've been in business for over a year. There's a reason. But in that vein, that ties me to our time tool technique. Katina Downey, a local CPA, feel free to look her up. She'll be doing some classes here at the center. She made mention that the time tool technique is one of her favorite things about these videos. And so I'm going to amp them up a little bit just for you, Katina. You're welcome. But I want to share, in terms of being penurious, I like things having a theme and working together. In the term of being penurious, there are lots of ways that you can save money, and there are techniques that you can use. A lot of you are probably familiar with Canva, C-A-N-V-A. If you're not, You should be. Canva is a free tool. You can pay to use certain templates. It's a free graphic design tool. Now, as someone who went to classes in schools to learn how to use Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop and Dreamweaver and the video editing one that I never used, which is why the name is not coming to me. I don't even use it anymore. As someone who went to school to learn these things and also recognizes that to get it today, buying the software alone is astronomical. Yeah, Adobe, I said it. Astronomical. And they try to make you think that you're doing better because you can rent it, but you never own it, which is why I always keep a hard copy. Another story. There are other things that are available to you. So, for example, if you're using Microsoft Word, there's an alpha. You can click alpha and you can delete all of the backgrounds. So if you're looking at an image and it has white space in the back, but it's really not white space, it's really actually colored in, you can click alpha and delete all of that. And you can do it. It's so easy to do. It used to be, and sometimes I still do, I go into Illustrator and it takes me a whole lot longer to what we call clean, to clean out that background, to make sure that there's no scraggly little symbols and signs. Or for those of you, I shouldn't say this, but I will, mark and you're trying to delete it, that's how you do it. Shh. Okay. But there's another tool in that same vein. It's called Canva, Canva. It's a really easy way to make an Instagram post, a Facebook post, to make a little design that you're going to use for a flyer. And they have all kinds of templates. And you can get a bunch for free. I said for free. Free, free. Or you can pay like pennies. I mean, you pay a little bit for a template and all you do is drag and drop. Drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. So it's a really quick way that you can make and create graphics for your social media, for any of your marketing tools. So Canva, have fun. I have no affiliation. Knock yourself out. Okay, time is slipping by. On that note, so see, I've got a marketing theme going on. And I'm sharing with you my marketing theme from my penurious perspective. Okay, I'm a little excited and happy. It's been a great week. I want to share a book with you. So for our book it moment, I want to share Duct Tape Marketing by John Jantsch. If I'm not saying the name correctly, then you tell me how to say it correctly. But the book itself is amazing. Let me get it out of the light. To really show you some inexpensive, you got it. Some inexpensive and really simple techniques and everything from how to reach out to reporters to get interviewed, how to handle that interview, it's just a really great book. There's a lot. And they tell you like, yeah, don't panic, don't wing it. It's really got some nice tips. So John Jantsch, good for you. Job well done. It's a book I wholeheartedly approve. So in that whole marketing vein, that's a great thing for you to do. And there are also lots of other time tool techniques inside of the book that you can be utilizing in your marketing program or marketing strategies that you are attempting to utilize, because really marketing, networking, etc., it's everything. Okay, it's a lot of the thing, if not everything. So for our work hard I have been doing too much, as you can tell. Our work hard, play harder moment. This week in particular has been a zoo. But it's been amazing. So you ask for things, and when they come, then you have to manage them. So this week we had the Women's Achieve Summit, which was done in conjunction with Senator Warner's Women's Conference with Queen Latifah. I just came back from a yard sale. Yep. I still do those. Hustle on, people. Hustle on. I've been filling in for the receptionist all week, and there's still tons more to do. And I want to point out one thing before we say ta-ta for the day. And I RSVP'd for an event that's going to start in an hour and a half. I am bone tired. I have worked really hard, and I've had a lot of fun. I met a lot of great people this week. I'm going to talk about some of them a little later. But I've done a lot of amazing things, and I am worn out. And so you WorkHardAholics. You're working hard, you're playing harder, but there has to come a balance of figuring out when to say no. I have another episode that I talked about this before, but because I'm dealing with it, I'm sharing with you right now. So like I have this event at 7. The people that it's with, I consider to be important. And there are relationships that I want to develop. But I also know that I'm barely keeping my eyes open. They might be a little red. I'm really, 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 really tired. And so, even though the work hardaholic in me wants to press on and go to the event, and I could give 80% and it still be acceptable, but I also know that I will personally regret meeting some people for the first time and I wasn't giving my all. So, I'm going to go home. I'm going to send a message and let them know that I can't attend or that I won't be attending. And I regret it and I'm really sad about it. And I'm sure there are other repercussions, but you have to know you and you have to take care of you first and foremost. So, once again, thank you for joining us for another episode of WorkHardAholics. I am Shirley Crawford, sitting here in my amazing office at the Women's Business Center. Always happy to talk to you. And I'm going to go home. And I'm going to go to bed. So you have an amazing weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week right here on WorkHardAholics. Ta-ta!
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to. Da-da-da-da-da-da.